Aya. Take your seat. Mosakate. Are you aware? Samuel showed up for David's change of level. Samuel showed up for David's turnaround. Samuel showed up for David's elevation. Samuel showed up for David's lifting. Who would have thought? See, can I give you a counsel? Let me advise you. Let me advise you. Let me advise you. And please take this advice very serious. If you work in an office or you're in an organization, whatever you do, and there is a discussion that someone should be dealt with, someone should be disciplined, someone should be frustrated, someone should be pressured till the person loses the job, I beg you, never be part of it. Now let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Whenever there is a gang up against a person, heaven rises to his defense. Wait. Even if he's wrong. You don't understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what people don't know. They think that once a person is wrong, we should gather and fight him. No. Because that is the work of the Holy Spirit, not you. Once you gather, okay, let me show you something. Are you aware there were two women in the life of Jacob? One of them was hated. Her name was Leah. She was not just disliked. The word hate is a strong word. She was hated. When God saw she was hated, Genesis 29, God opened her womb. The other was Rachel. Rachel was the one that was loved. Rachel had two major children, Joseph and Benjamin. Saul, who became a disaster to Israel, came from Benjamin. Came from the tribe of Benjamin. Came from the loins of Rachel, the one that was loved. Levi, who till today, all of us, we are spiritual Levites. Levi, a tribe that Moses came from the loins of Leah, the one that was hated. Never conspire, never join anybody. Once you conspire to hate somebody, heaven makes sure that person is lifted to frustrate you. Should you be angry when offended? Yes. Should you be upset? Yes. But leave it at that. Never go to a point where you say, this person, there are many people in this generation when everyone is acting like a small god. What do you have? And you are conspiring against people. Never try it. Never be involved. Because anybody you gang up to fight will always be better than you. Anybody you gang up to fight, you are trying to stop them. You are trying to hinder them. Because once you play God, God will always prove to you that you are man. Once you try to play God, God will constantly prove to you that you are man. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. So no, you have to gang up. I'll make sure this person suffers. I'll make sure you are not God. You are not God. Be careful. That is what has been my guiding light for years. I have understood that. I have known that when you see, once a man is rejected, he attracts the attention of heaven. Once a man is hated, he attracts the attention of heaven. Once a man is despised, he attracts the attention of heaven. Yes. Am I communicating here? It's important. When I started going to America newly, there was a young man that was, not newly, maybe like 4 or 5 years into going to America. So there was a young man that was coming around, and I didn't know he took a picture, so he posted it. Then we didn't have all of these apps. It was more Facebook. You know, when Facebook just came out, it was the big thing. And he posted it. Then when I go to America, there was this group of pastors that would come around me. I was mentoring them. They would give me seeds and give me money and all of that. When this young man posted a picture, they were angry. And they reached out to me and said, tell him to delete it. I said, why? Is this, is that? I said, I'm not aware. And I do not want to be aware. Leave him. Every man is a work in progress. Every one of them stopped relating with me. With all due respect, I really don't care. Yes. Because the more people around me, the more stress I have. So they withdrew themselves. It was okay. This young man kept relating. And they kept one time there and said, all of them stopped coming around because of me. I said, it doesn't matter. Are you fine? The last time I was in Minnesota, about 2 weeks ago, I saw these same people in the crowd, and they were stopped from seeing me. Who stopped them? This young man. He has become far bigger than them, far more structured, massive ministry with churches all over the US. And I said to him, leave them. Say, Daddy, never. Say, Daddy, you know me, I don't disobey you. This one, punish me later, discipline me later. Tell me to leave the pulpit. See these guys, what they said about my father, and I knew it was because of me. I said, let them come. And they were crying. And I sat them down. I said, listen, the character of our kingdom is the character of ability to know that every man is a work in progress. Okay, do you know why you are alive? The reason you slept, you woke up, and you are still alive, is because you are imperfect. The day you attain the zenith of perfection, you go. You won't stay here, because corruption cannot stay in corruption. No. Once you only Enoch got to that level. Once there was blamelessness in Enoch, he attained the height of perfection. God just took him. So if you are still alive, you are not perfect, because the fact that you are still living on this world, it shows you are imperfect. I don't believe I'm talking to somebody. Learn not to be involved in conspiracy. God hates conspiracy. David's son had every reason to take David out, but just because there was a conspiracy, God said, no, I don't support this. I don't support this. So God wants us to consistently enjoy change of level. A change of level is God's plan and intention for us. Somebody say change of level. I can't hear you. One more time. One more time. Again. It doesn't matter where you find yourself. Mephibosheth was in Lo-debar. Everything had worked against Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth lost his inheritance. Mephibosheth lost his wealth. There was a man called Ziba. Ziba was a servant of Saul. Ziba took all the wealth because Saul and Jonathan died in one day. So the wealth of Saul, Ziba took it. The wealth of Jonathan, Ziba took it. And Mephibosheth was in Lo-debar, suffering. A place of no pasture, a place where nothing grows. Meanwhile, somebody was sitting on his father and his grandfather's wealth. Ziba was so blessed that Ziba, a servant, had 20 servants. Mephibosheth was in Lo-debar. It's enough for him to have gone into mourning. The Bible says in Lo-debar he married. He was lame on his feet. In Lo-debar he had a child. Am I talking to somebody here? I like what Martin Luther said. He says, if you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. By all means, do all things to keep moving. Am I speaking here? By all means, do all things to keep moving. So the plan of God is that we should progress, because the path of the just is like a shining light that shineth more and more. So how do I enjoy a change of level? You must deal with harvest contenders. Sir, there are powers that contend your harvest. There are powers that want you to remain on the same spot. That no matter the effort you put into life, no matter the struggle, stay on the same spot. There are people that have tried everything. They have tried to travel abroad. It's not working. They have tried to start a business. It's not working. They have tried to start an investment. It's not working. They have tried to have children. It's not working. Everything they do is not working, because there are harvest contenders. There are forces that say, no matter how you labor, no matter how you struggle, no matter what you put into life, we will make sure your level is the same. We are here to address them. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 15. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 15. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 15. Paul was speaking to the Corinthian church. He said, I will very gladly spend and be spent for you. He said, the more abundant lessly I love you, the less I beloved. Paul said, there is something I notice about you people. I want to come to you. I want to support you. I want to assist you. In fact, I am ready to spend my life. He said, but there's something I notice about you group. The more I show you love, as I leave you, I experience hatred. Whenever I come to show you concern, as I leave you, I experience rejection. Whenever I come to show you appreciation, as I leave you, I experience depreciation. When things start going bad for me, I trace it and I discover it's because I came to you not once, not twice, not thrice. I give to you and I come back stranded. I give to you and I come back empty. I give to you and I come back rejected. In other words, Paul was saying, I would have come. He said, please forgive me for not coming, because anytime I try to plant, something fights my harvest. Anytime I try to plant, something fights my investment. Do you know, when you sow and not reap is a mockery to God. When you invest and not harvest is a mockery to God. That is why Galatians 6:7 said, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. You are supposed to reap when you sow. You are supposed to harvest when you invest. You are supposed to uproot when you plant. But there is a power that stands against your harvest. There's a power that stands against your lifting. There's a power that stands against your investment. So you are doing a business, nothing is coming. You are a young pretty lady, nobody's looking at you. If you did all kinds of jewelries, ornaments, nobody's looking at you. Am I communicating here? Because there is something, and you must understand that you must deal with it spiritually, not the physical adornment. The Bible said they put on clothes and they put on masquerade on their eyes. No masquerade. He said they put masquerade on their eyes. It's in the Bible. He said they put masquerade on their eyes. He said, but they are hated. They are despised. In other words, she dresses like that, hoping to be appreciated. He said, but hated. It's there. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30. Bring up the Message translation. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30. Message translation. Jeremiah 4 and verse 30. Now look at the screen, so that you don't say I wrote it there. Look at the screen. 1, 2, go. And you, what do you think you are up to? Dressing up in party clothes? Decking yourselves out in jewelry? Putting on lipstick and robe and what? And what? And what? Mascara. He said your pimping goes for nothing. You are not out to seduce anyone. They are out to kill you. You wear mascara thinking you'll be appreciated. Somebody hates you more. The more you try to be loved, the more you are hated, because there is a power fighting your harvest. There's a power contending your harvest. There's a power that says no matter what you sow, you can't repeat. That devil is a bastard devil. Am I communicating now? Because God is about to show up for your sake. There are many of us who have come to that point, that breaking point. You know you are close to something big, something good. You are always close to almost. They almost signed the deal. They almost approved the contract. Somebody promises you and you're already spending the money in your head. Do you know the... Do you know that? I remember that thing happened to me. Lord Jesus. Someone promised to support. So I carried the money. I sowed as a seed. I put everything out there. Only for the person to tell. You see, there are lots of checks in my house that I don't cash. You give me a check, I will never cash it. I'll drop it somewhere. Not because I have so much, but because my heart has been so disconnected in trusting men after that experience. This person will call me, I'm in the bank. I will call you, network, I'm in the bank. I said, no problem. He will call again the next day. Oh, sorry, I was in the bank. They called me that this happened to my company. So I came outside. I'm on my way to the bank. I'll call you. He had promised that God spoke to him to give some heavy money in dollars. Heavy money. Over $1 million US. So in my head, I have finished that money. I've paid tithes in my head. I've dropped prophet's offering in my head. I've dropped kingdom investment in my head. I've dropped money for orphans and widows in my head. In my head, I've bought my wife something in my head. I wanted to embarrass her. I just walked to her and said, "It's not you, take money." In my head, when the man was not delivered, I just have from that day. I'm praying for you. Say, Apostle, if this thing come, I say, hey. Don't try that nonsense here. What? Hey. It's called a vow. A vow. Keep it in your heart. Don't confuse my mind here. Don't confuse my mind here. Let me pray for you. And why? Because not that the man, I don't know, not maybe he had a good intention, but men at their best are still men. Men at their best are still men. That is why I said God is not a man for him to lie, because men lie consciously or unconsciously. Men fail deliberately or unintentionally. Men disappoint consciously or unconsciously. He says, Paul said, the more I try to love you, the more I see myself not love. There is a power fighting harvest. Are you aware? If harvest is to show up, many of you cannot be where you are. You can't be the same house where you are. People serve for 20 years. People serve for 35 years. And at the end, they have pension. There are many of you looking at me now. If your harvest is to manifest, you would have been a distributor at this point of your life. If your harvest is to manifest, you have been a supplier. If your harvest, there is something fighting your harvest. He said, labor, keep laboring. He comes back to square one. In the book of Haggai chapter 1, he said, you have gathered and it ends up in bag with holes. You gather money. Are you aware, sir? Are you aware? Are you aware? If you are to take note of every cash that has passed through your hand from January till now, it has been a lot. But you don't know what happened. As money comes, problem comes. As money comes, trouble comes. As money comes, challenge comes. As money comes, in fact, the money you are expecting now is to solve a problem that has already. Because there is something until you become angry to know that this should no more be a pattern of life. This should no more be a struggle. Last 2 years you struggle to pay rent. Last year you struggle to pay. Must it continue that you keep struggling to survive, struggling to live? Because there's a power fighting your harvest so that you can stay on the same spot. You can stay on the same level. You can be in the same realm. Everybody hearing me today, every power fighting your harvest, power standing to mock God's grace on you, will be frustrated today. Be seated, be seated, be seated. Be seated. Be seated. Power fighting your harvest. Power contending your harvest. Power contending. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 15. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 15. He says, there was found in it a poor wise man. By his wisdom he delivered the city. Yet no man, no man, by his wisdom he delivered the city. By his wisdom, a city was delivered by one man's wisdom. A whole city delivered by one man's wisdom. But at the end of the day, no man in a full city. You don't understand what I'm talking about. A city was going into damnation. A city was going into expiration. A city was about to be wasted. One poor man gave a counsel. When the city got elevated, not one person remembered him. Today there is a God in heaven. I know. You made some mistakes. I know. There are altars in the family. I know. There are forces fighting your background. I know. Yes, no matter how many things wrong, there must be something you have done right. No matter how many things wrong, there must be something you have done right. There was a time you prayed now. There was a time you fasted. There was a time you loved the Lord. There was a time you opened up to God. God will show up and will speak for you where prayers failed. God will show up and speak for you where fasting failed, where everything failed. God will show up for you. Because of time, one element you must initiate to deal with the powers contending harvest. You must frustrate the spirits of the Midianites. Everyone who wants to see harvest must deal with the Midianites. There is a power called the spirit of the Midianites. Who was Midian? Midian is a child of Keturah. Keturah was that woman Abraham married after Sarah died. When Sarah went to heaven or went to be with the Lord, Abraham married Keturah. And Keturah was the mother of the Midianites. So the Midianites are that genealogy. But there was something about the Midianites. The Midianites were nomadic in nature. You know nomads, those who move about with their cattle and the rest. And if you know there's something about the nomadic people, they are very conscious of possessing locations. They like dominance. So the spirit of the Midianites, the spirit of dominance, what do? If you read Judges chapter 6 from verse 1 to 3, they will wait for Israel to plant. They will wait for Israel to sow. Once it's time for harvest, the spirit of the Midianite is the spirit that waits till the day of harvest. If you allow you struggle, if you allow you toil, if you allow you raise your children, but once it is time for harvest, it comes. It waits patiently. It watches your planting season. You weed off every tear. You weed off everything that stands against you. It waits. When it's time to reap, Akoshata is the spirit of demonic surveillance, satanic surveillance. Are you aware that Job was under demonic surveillance? When God brought the issue of Job to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Satan would have said, who is Job? On the spot, he responded, does Job fear you for nothing? In other words, I have been watching Job. And guess what he said? You have built a hedge around. For him to notice the hedge, he has attempted him. There is something called demonic surveillance. Children are going to school, they are watching them. Children are writing exams, they are watching them. They are going through the motions of being raised up, waiting for one day when the mother and the father is supposed to now sit down and enjoy life. Sit down and enjoy reward. Sit down and watch the children become great. They come for them. If you are here or you are hearing the sound of my voice, you will not build and another inhabit. You will not plant and another reap. You will not sow and another harvest. As you hear the sound of my voice, every one of you, I decree the power of the Midianite, the power waiting for your day of harvest, the power waiting for your day of reward, today is grounded. 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 You don't serve a dead God. You serve a mighty God. He's the same yesterday. He's the same today. He's the same forever. When God says yes, no man can say no. When God lifts you up, no man can bring you down. God is on your side. Power is on your side. Glory is on your side. Favor is on your side. Somebody shout fire. Somebody shout fire, fire, 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 fire. Be seated. The spirit that wants you to keep beginning again. A man was building a house. Now, listen, he told me this. He stopped building. Stop building. He started the house. It's from Ewuime. He started the house in Lagos, a part of Lagos. As he raised the building, decked it, as he roofed it, by the next day the building came down. Everything came down. So he was distraught, discouraged, gathered himself, raised it up again, decked it. This time he was extremely careful. Let's avoid. There was really no problem before. As he roofed it again, building came down. So he told his wife, he said, leave it. Let's build at home. Started in a way, raised it, decked it. As he roofed it, building came down. Now, these are two locations. Oh. Two extant, separate, apart locations. You see, when you see repeated, impoverished living as a coincidence, Satan takes advantage of it. Impoverished living repeatedly. You see it as a coincidence. It's a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. No, sir! It's not a coincidence. Even if it should coincidence, let it coincidence positively. Why must it coincidence negatively? Am I communicating now? Why must you miscarriage? Why didn't the single child turn to twins? Why must you always think on reverse? Why must it be negative? Hey! And I prayed with him. And when he said that to me, he said, I don't want to build. I just feel there's something. I say, yes. There's a power that waits. You will buy the land. Waits. You will lay the foundation. DPC, lintel, you deck, you roof, and it comes for you. It's the spirit of begin again. And agree. Whatever you've started, you will finish it. Whatever you've started in your life, I decree, receive grace to finish it. Change of level. The powers contending your harvest. Number two, the second thing and key that determines a change of level is divine remembrance. Divine remembrance. Divine remembrance doesn't mean God forgets a man. No. God doesn't forget nobody. Everything you do for the Lord is stored. He forgets no one. But you must understand there is a thing called divine remembrance. Divine remembrance literally is divine focus. Divine remembrance literally is divine intervention. Divine remembrance literally is divine response. Divine response. In Jeremiah 15:15, the Bible says, oh Lord, thou knowest, remember me and visit me. Malachi chapter 3 verse 16 says there's a book of remembrance open for them that fear the Lord. Malachi 3:16. So divine remembrance is triggered. For everyone remember, there is a trigger. For everyone remember. He said for them that fear the Lord. That fear the Lord. For them that fear the Lord is important. It's important. You see, our service is the platform for divine remembrance. Our service to God, our service. If God is to track your credit with him, oh Lord, your credit with him. You see, for everyone that wants to get a loan from the bank, you must be credit worthy. Being credit worthy is already a leverage to getting a loan. Are you aware there are people that get 0 interest loan? Are you following me? No collateral, nothing dropped, 0 interest. They do not take anything. Sir, he said, I want some money. When will you return it? They said, take 0. Why? Because over the years, the bank has profited so much from them. So much. Oh, you drop your money in the bank, you think it's lying there? People come to take loan and trade with it. The interest on top of that your money. They give them interest on top. So the bank does transaction with your money. So don't think they're keeping it for you. They are transacting with it. So this man has brought profit to them. Give you 0 interest loan. So what is your credit with God? What is that? What is your credit with God? What is your service? There are people who say they are waiting on the Lord. No, you are not waiting on the Lord. When you have been waiting on God for 15 years for a baby, and in those 15 years, at a point you visited the native doctor, at a point you visited a malam, at a point you visited, or you are not waiting. There's what they call waiting, and there's what they call waiting patiently. Psalm chapter 40 verse 1. You are not, so don't come out and say 15 years I've been waiting for. No, sir. As you were waiting, you went somewhere. You didn't wait patiently. Something corrupted your waiting. Something corrupted your waiting. Are you following what I'm talking about? What is your service, your credit with God? It's important. It's very important. What has corrupted it? You cannot be rascally in our service to God. They made you head of department, or they made you a coordinator, and you have become a mini God. They make you a coordinator and they say, okay, after 3 years, we step you aside, and you get angry as if you brought coordinator from house. Because am I communicating here? This ministry is very liberal. Very liberal. But every act of rebellion is not tolerated. Don't corrupt yourself. You cannot be in the system. It's better you are out of the system. You can't be in the system and you are doing parachurch. All these online prayer meetings people are doing. All these online women online prayer meetings. You are just rebellious. You are just rebellious. Women online, and you are a pastor's wife in the system. You are a pastor still in a system, and you are having online prayer revival nonsense. And your pastor is quiet. No, you can't do it in the headquarters here. You can't. I will personally escort you to the door. If you want to open your ministry, come and learn, so you go and open. Just go. I don't have a problem with that. But you are doing ministry inside ministry. And you are in a branch, you are projecting such a person. Let me tell you something now. Can I say this to you? There are things you do as a member, you are not wrong. But as a leader, you are wrong. Yeah. That's what they call sins of leadership. When you are a leader in a ministry, in any department, any facet, and you are projecting other ministries, it's a crime. As a member, you can worship anywhere, no problem. As a leader, you can't worship anywhere. You can't. It's the truth. If you live here, there's no OFM. You live here, you go to where there's OFM. Because you are a leader. As a member, no problem. But you cannot be a leader. And we are seeing you running around to organize for a program, for a para-ministry. Not because it's a sin against God, but a crime against leadership. Why? Because you are confusing those that you are leading. I wish I'm talking to somebody here. 1 Corinthians 10:23, 1 Corinthians 6:12. Paul said, all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. All things are lawful, but not all things. If we can get other translations of that scripture, it will help us. The NIV and the NLT. The NIV. I'm allowed. You say I'm allowed to do, but not everything is good for you. Even though I'm allowed to do anything, I must not become a slave to anything. Just because something is technically legal doesn't mean it's spiritually appropriate. Nothing that the devil can do. Technically, is it not God's house? Yes. But spiritually, you are confusing those you are leading. He loveth our nation. He has built for us a synagogue. The proof that you love is that you build. Luke 7:15. He loveth our nation. He has built for us a synagogue. Corrupt your service when you allow spiritual pride. All of this running parachute is spiritual pride. One person is ministering, they gathered the choir together, and the anointing of God came on the choir. So now believe as a calling. Now don't forget, when people gather together, there is a demand. When there's a demand, then we'll bring a supply. So you confuse yourself. We had a pastor in our church, one of the branches, and they were complaining to me, the head pastor complaining that anytime they tell the guy to bless offerings, start prophesying. Lift up your offerings. There is somebody here. So the pastor was angry. I said, why are you angry? The man is gifted. He said, Daddy, can he control himself? I said, relax. So I called the guy, laid hands on him, and sent him to a branch. After 2 months, network ceased. The guy said, Daddy, hey, they want to kill me, they are oppressing me. I said, stay there, stay there, stay there. He said, sir, no. I said, stay there and prophesy. He said, Daddy, no. I want to go back. I'm not called to head. I'm called to be under somebody. I said, stay there. Till today, I've not allowed him. I said, you must prophesy. Anytime I see him, I'll shake his hand and say, man of God. Yeah, Daddy. You must understand spiritual pride. Have you seen Luke 18 verse 12? 2 people went to pray. 2 people. In the midst of prayer, a man was doing comparison. In the midst of prayer. Go to verse 10. Start from verse 10. In prayer. See what somebody was doing in prayer meeting. 2 men went up into the temple to pray. One a Pharisee, the other a publican. See prayer meeting. See prayer meeting. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself. God, I thank thee that I'm not as other men. Extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. Somebody carried accusation to prayer meeting. I'm trying to let you know why people started rubbishing tithes. This is their platform. They rubbish tithes because of it. See what this man did to us. All the attempts we are attempting to talk about tithing, this man caused it. Trying to restore dignity of tithing. It was this man's prayer meeting. That rubbish tithing. Okay, maybe you didn't understand. Let's read it from the Message translation. The Message translation from verse 10. Verse 10. The Message translation. 2 men went up to the temple to pray. One a Pharisee, the other a taxman. The Pharisee posed. He stood very well. In prayer meeting, I'm praying like this. Oh God, I thank you that I'm locked like other people, robbers, crooks, adulterer, or heaven forbid, like this taxman. I fast twice a week and tithe on all my income. Verse 13. Meanwhile, this taxman slumped in the shadows, his face in his hand, not daring to look up, said, God, give mercy, forgive me, a sinner. Verse 14. Jesus commented, this taxman, not the other. This, not the other, went home made right with God. He said, this, not that. This, that speaks of proximity. That speaks of distance. Because spiritual pride can push you far from God. Corrupting yourself with spiritual pride. How much do you have that we cannot talk to you? That we just counsel you. Bah! You react. How much do you have? How much is that money, sir? Let's check your account balance so we can rest. How much do you have that one they just count? A pastor, we are now. When a father is now careful to advise you, you're in trouble. When a father is now careful, is now looking for what to say so you don't get angry, start crying because you're in trouble. Not because he's scared of you, but because he's still trying to raise you up. He doesn't want to push you into depression, so he's thinking of how to talk to you. One day, myself and Dr. Lizzie, we are kneeling down by our Father in the Lord, and he was advising, saying something. I saw my mama wanted to respond. I said, no, I held her hand. Because what he was saying to me was not something that happened. But I took the counsel as a futuristic counsel. I took it as a futuristic counsel. He just talked to you. Bah! You catch it. Even this vow, I said I will give. I will not. God will raise somebody else. Get out. Get out. I promised to buy instruments for this band before, but the way pastor is behaving, I will not buy. You'll be so embarrassed. You'll be so shocked what God will do without you. Arrogance, spiritual pride. People become so puffy. They advise you problem. They counsel you problem. If they ignore you, they don't love you. They counsel you. Why did they counsel you? So which one? I asked a brother here, I said, if you were you, can you pastor yourself? Can you pastor yourself? You are traveling, I'm not aware. You are going out, I don't know. When there's a cry, you must understand this thing. Spiritual pride can corrupt service and can hinder remembrance. Click in church can corrupt service. Click, you have a group. You people are the power brokers. Are you aware that there are some people, they don't come to church, some others don't come? Because like they are in a WhatsApp group. They just share it among themselves. Those not going to service today all say, I. The eyes have it, we are staying at home. And there is a corruption. When they don't give, others don't give. They go about corrupting people. Please, nobody brought you to God's house. Nobody should tell you how to stay in God's house. Nobody brought you to God's house. Nobody should tell you how to stay in God's house. Your pastor rebuked you. He's your father. It's your father. I can't correct you. And somebody's telling you because Papa doesn't like you. Does he like you more than me? If he like you, what is the proof of his likeness? Am I talking to somebody here? Do you know I missed? I was talking to mommy just now about Papa Idausa. I missed the Archbishop. I missed being rebuked. I missed being told, shut up. I was going home one day. I'm come to talk this one now, so that some of us, those watching online and the rest, can learn. When I was entering there, I was like that. I was tired. Mama looked at me and said, you don't look strong. I'm strong. I was getting my thing. He said, must you travel for this program? I said, I'm going. Must you travel for this program? I said, I'm going. She didn't say anything. She just entered. A woman should not stress when she knows she has a father. And when she knows the husband is answerable to a father. She didn't talk. As I was getting to Ekboma, I just saw my phone. I said, have you seen this? Don't say anything. We are reversing. I said, sir, don't. I'm I didn't raise my voice at my wife. No. And you are angry. You are saying, oh, why? No. You should be. I keep telling you, ladies, don't marry who you cannot report. When I got it, I told my wife, reporty, well done. I just entered, I slept, and I woke up, I felt good. I called them in the program, I said, Dr. K is there, we preach. I will call you people online and I'll bless you. And but they were blessed. They were blessed and I slept. Whom the Lord loveth. I'm telling you. And there are people today who have their group in church. You have to be careful. We didn't come to church for clique. We didn't come to church to be in group. Pastor is preaching from the altar, you are preaching yours from the crowd. You are sitting with somebody who says something different from what your pastor says. Tell the person, change seat or I will change seat. You better change seat. If you repeat that nonsense again, I'll change seat. Don't corrupt me. Don't corrupt my mind.